Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror after a very good, nice chest, upper body workout, and you're looking at the mirror? You're obviously with your top off, so you can see your body properly, and you realize that the lower half of your chest is developed. It's it's developed. You put a lot of emphasis on it, and you've been training in a way that's allowed you to build that lower chest. But you're looking at the other half of it, the other main part of it, the smaller part, but the main part of it that makes your chest look like what I call, and don't get me cancelled for this, the droopy tit effect. And the droopy tit effect is mainly the effect of where someone has a very low definition of the upper chest. As this will basically introduce to the first reason to why you should train your upper chest. And the first reason is because it's the most neglected aspect of chest training in the gym and in gym cell space in general. As the droopy tit effect is actually quite a major kind of problem for a lot of gym goers and gym cells, because they've put a lot of emphasis on the bench press, on put a lot of emphasis on chest flies and all those exercises, even the pec deck and stuff like that, and they would assume that the whole of their chest would be fully developed or be at the same level or have progressed at a very balanced and very linear way. But the droopy tit effect is still there for yourself, right? And for many other different people who are not watching this video, of course. And it is because it's the most neglected aspect of the chest, because most people don't realize. I mean, you might have realized by now, but the second reason is due to the fact that you'll be able to train the clavicular head, which is the name for the actual muscle of the upper chest in general. So let's take a step back. You train your bench press, you're training pec deck, chest fly, maybe doing push ups. Normally, with some decent form, you push a lot of weight. You're pushing maybe 2 to 3 plates if you're cooking expeditiously, and your chest maybe still be droopy, may still be unbalanced. When you look on the side in the mirror, like I said in the introduction, to kind of hopefully make you watch this video for the full length of it, you realize that your upper chest is non-existent. It is flat like a pancake, and it is so undefined that your collarbone is more defined and pointing uh, more directly side on when you're looking at yourself than your lower chest is in general, like ever. And I'm glad that you've noticed this. I'm glad that you've hopefully watched this video or even noticed this yourself before this video, to understand that this droopy tit effect can be tackled. This lack of definition of the upper chest can be tackled and it can be fixed, of course, as you've understand that it's neglected due to most traditional kind of exercises and due to a lack of understanding of certain um, wrist positions and also certain positions of your body that has a massive effect on the actual fulcrum and actual way that you should be training for your upper chest, which we'll get into that later. And also, the second reason is due to the fact that you can actually train your clavicular head, which is the upper chest. And we are going to get into the exercises that will allow you to understand how to build a more aesthetic upper body, um, upper chest, and also add to your upper body in general, to your arsenal of the upper body muscles that you are hopefully training for the gym on a frequent weekly basis. So the first exercise, which is I think is my favorite, just the fact that it's very easy to do. It's very well easy is a subjective kind of term for me, at least, for my experience of it. But it's probably the easiest exercise to apply and to do without having to adjust or have certain equipment, and that is going to be the Larson press. The Larson press is an exercise that is mainly done with the barbell, which is fine, which is good. To be honest, it's an exercise where you can have a lot of weight and you can push a lot of weight and you can go balls to the wall with it pretty much in terms of how much effort, how much exertion you'll be pushing, how much weight you'll be pushing. For me personally, you'll see the B-roll right now. I'm actually using a lot lighter weight. I'm actually using dumbbells as well, and I'll explain the reasons why. The traditional Larson press, you'll see the barbell and you see loads of weight and stuff like that, and that's cool. But you need to have a lot of support for your actual back and for your scapula, so you don't fall off and then tear your shoulder, tear your chest muscle, tear your body in general, your upper body. So I've gone for the more safe option for myself, for myself personally in the gym. With I think you'll see like the 10 kg dumbbells in each hand, and that's because it gives me ability to control um, the the negatives of when I'm bringing the dumbbell down in the Larson press. And also you have to understand that in order for you to perform the Larson press, you not only have to have, obviously you need to have the dumbbell aligned to your hand, also aligned to your shoulder, and then aligned to your upper chest, which is over here, of course, when you have the dumbbells on your hand. Also, is because your legs need to be on the bench, meaning your legs need to be lifted up on the same level as your lower body, meaning you can't have your feet on the ground. And this is a massive part that I believe most people won't understand, that when you're doing a normal bench press, think about it. When you're doing a normal bench press, how are you positioned on the bench? You have your back on the bench where your head is as well, which is fine, which is good. Um, you have your legs, which are obviously your femur bone, part of your leg, is on the bench. Your perpendicular. Well, it's aligned parallel to your upper body, to the bench. However, you're putting your feet on the ground. You're putting your feet on the ground, and that has a massive effect because it causes your body to compensate, and that means that your body, when your feet are on the ground, like so, it means that your upper body goes from being straight to being more curved and arched to compensate for the fact that your feet are on the ground and are putting pressure on the ground. So, in order for you to compensate, in order for you to actually push the barbell properly, especially if it's heavy, you have to arch yourself and even have a belt on your around your waist, around your hip, to ensure that you can actually arch your back properly in the homo. And this is not a good thing for your upper chest because most of the emphasis when you're pushing that weight is that most of the weight is going to go to your lower chest. And that's because it's the closest to your arch and it's the closest to your feet. And that means that you're unintentionally emphasizing your lower chest. So, because if you're trying to do the upper chest with the traditional way of doing the bench press, I'm going to clip this mic onto my top over here, just to show you. There's going to be a bad setup, of course, but it is what it is. When you're arched your back and your feet are on the ground, the only way you can push the bench press properly is by literally pushing it straight. So the only way that you've actually done the exercise properly for your upper chest is by pushing your arms straight with the barbell or straight with the dumbbells, which are mainly going to be heavy, either due to the fact that you want to build more definition on your chest, or you want to ego lift, which is part of the factors and day-to-day life for most people, how they train. They're constantly attacking and growing their lower chest without realizing that their lower chest is like, it's like that meme of there's two guys. There's one skinny guy who's only drinking one drip at a time of from the water pipe, and then the one end. So the guy's over here, the skinny guy. He's drinking. I'll show you. I'll post the screenshot on the video. Your upper chest is the skinny guy in this bench press and most exercises. He's the skinny guy. He gets zero to no fucking contraction, no exercise, no emphasis, no love. Then the fat motherfucking guy with the suit and tie and everything looks rich, fat as fuck. That's your lower chest. That lower chest is drinking every single fucking drip of water from that water pipe. And that's how you guys are training your chest. You guys are literally emphasizing your lower chest unsubconsciously or subconsciously. And if you're doing it subconsciously, then you trying to grow tits. Like you trying to, if you're transitioning, fair enough. But I don't want to get into that. I want to get into the fact that we need to train the upper chest properly. And me comparing the traditional bench press to the Larson press will make you understand that your feet positioning, the way your leg is aligned to your feet and aligned to your upper back, and that your upper back needs to be straight to the bench itself, needs to be straight to the bench itself. That will allow you to understand why the Larson press is so important. And that's because the way your feet, your legs, and your legs, the tibia, the lower half, and also the femur half needs to be aligned to each other with the actual with your torso, with your spine, will allow you to understand the importance of the Larson press and the main kind of pattern and the main emphasis and almost philosophy of most upper chest exercises that you'll be performing, and different variations if you find any that are not in this video. So the first one is the Larson press, and I think hopefully I've illustrated that in a particular way, and I'll definitely make another video, a Miro kind of screen share type video where I'll be showing you the kind of actual visual kind of visual images and representation of it. But your feet, your femur, upper leg, femur bone, tibia, all that, the other bones, I'm kind of forgot what that was, can't lie, I'm cooked. And your torso needs to be all aligned, and your feet needs to be all aligned to each other as parallel and the same level as the bench. So your body needs to obey the bench in order to do the Larson press. And even for the reverse grip, the second exercise, the reverse grip reverse grip bench press. So the reverse reverse grip bench press will be emphasizing on the pronation of the wrist, where the wrist, your fingers, and your fingers will be pointing towards you, and your fist will be pointing away from you. And this is to ensure that when you want to put your feet on the ground for this type of bench press, even if you don't want to put the feet on the bench press, which I highly recommend, this will allow you to put all of the muscle contraction, all of the weight, all of it onto your upper chest only. As obviously you need to make sure that your arm is aligned to your upper chest and to your shoulder, like so, to ensure that you can actually hit the upper chest. But with the second exercise, the reverse grip bench press with the Smith row machine. Also, I give my thanks to BP Fitness for this exercise. He's the one that taught me about it, and also with the Larson press with the bold Omni Man. Thanks to him. Thanks to Paddy. Thanks to Paris. You know, these with the second exercise, reverse grip bench press with a Smith row machine. The machine will allow you to actually have the barbell on a straight plane. It'll go up and down on a straight very predictable basis and a um, predictable nature, predictable way, whatever you call it. And this will allow you to basically have that same kind of principle of everything being straight and linear, predictable, and not kind of destroyed and not emphasized from the fact that your body is doing three, four, two, three, four different things at once just to compromise for your arms to be straight when you're doing a traditional bench press. I'm not shitting on the traditional bench press, but when you understand it from that point of view, that I've hopefully that you've hopefully understood from this video, if you even here in the first place, this will allow you to understand the importance of allowing your body to actually be to obey and to be parallel and to be the exact same kind of nature and the exact same shape as the bench. You almost kind of have to have that Bruce Lee kind of mindset of that when you're you have to be like water. If you're the cup, then you have to be shaped like the cup. If you're the box, you have to be shaped like the box. If you're for this instance, for this metaphor, for to work properly, for this quote to work properly, thanks to Bruce Lee, when you're doing the Larson press, when you're focused on the upper chest, your body has to be like the bench. So the water has to be like the bench. Your body has to be like the bench. I mean, at least 70% of our body is made out of water anyway, so we might as well use this analogy to a lot more of a important degree per se. And this will allow us to understand how to emphasize and actually train the clavicular head, the muscle of the upper chest, allow us to understand why, you know, the upper chest actually is the most neglected aspect of chest training in gym in general, in this whole space and online and in person in general and in real life. And obviously, with the third reason is that it will make your chest look more aesthetic and it'll make your chest look more fuller. And this will allow you to build a better upper body aesthetic or look in general, in terms of muscle, in terms of insertions, and in terms of your body, how you are genetically, how you are built, your bone structure, what type of environment you're surrounded in, which is a massive factor that people don't really take into account of. Um, and this whole kind of emphasis will allow you to, well, this whole kind of information will allow you to understand the importance of the upper chest in general. And with the third exercise, I said there'll be 3 exercises. I did, I think. The third exercise is a lot more. It's not complicated. It's complicated in terms of equipment. If you don't have like a Olympic rings, or you don't have a TRX kind of um, TRX machine with the long kind of rope with the handles, kind of like the handles that you have in the cable machine. But it's the push up. Ideally, with this B-roll, you're gonna see that it's with the TRX. I believe that's what you call it, the TRX equipment. For me personally, I much prefer the ring push-ups, and I will have to get the Olympic rings soon for myself, so I can do a B-roll of me showing it and doing it, the push-ups properly. But with the push-ups, it's very simple. It's a very simple exercise to understand. It's very simple, and obviously, the funny thing is, again, with the pattern that we've been going through and we've been discussing, the lower the rings are or the TRX handles are, that means that your body will be more parallel to each other. So your your spine, your femur bone, and the lower leg and your feet will all be parallel to each other. Meaning, guess what? There'll be no emphasis on the lower chest, and that will mean that your upper chest will be able to activate because the clavicular head is more contracted and inclined, or is more emphasis on the clavicular head to actually stabilize your chest in the first place, because it's a lot more closer. There's a lot more line to your actual shoulders itself in that position where you're straight like the floor. So for the push-ups, for the third exercise for the upper chest that I've highlighted for you, you have to now be parallel to the floor, like how have to be parallel to the bench when you're doing the first 2 exercises, the Larson press with the barbell with the dumbbell. For my example, the B roll was with the dumbbell. to create a more of a chest fly, kind of more controlled, less heavy kind of contraction, negative, and also just to feel a much more of a kind of intense contraction and feeling with the upper chest muscle. And obviously with the reverse grip bench press, it was also me emphasizing that with pronating my wrist and using the Smith row machine barbell, it being going up and down in a very predictable way due to the machine, due to having those columns that allows it to go up and down in a very predictable way. To make it parallel and easier for me to push the weight up and down in a very parallel and a very sophisticated way. The same thing here is with the third and final exercise, the ring. Well, it should be the ring push-ups, the TRX push-ups, the ring push-ups that I recommend you guys to get. I'm gonna recommend myself to get, of course, to get for myself to actually show you a real good example, the B-roll for the ring push-ups. As again with the ring push-ups, you need to be parallel to the floor. Ideally, all season will be more intense. This exercise will be more difficult. And if you find it too difficult for yourself, that's totally fine for you guys, since you guys can just lift the rings, the Olympic rings or the TRX handles higher up. So you can kind of understand how intense and how crazy this exercise is. But I think it's probably the best exercise out of all of them because it's a very intense and it's a very strong contraction. It's ridiculous. It's crazy, especially with the Olympic rings. That's why I'm saying the Olympic rings is better because you can actually twist and pronate your wrist unconsciously or consciously to your body into emphasizing, again, making your wrist, making your arm parallel to your shoulder and parallel to your upper chest. The Olympic rings allows you to have that. And also when you're doing it on a lower level, that is aligned to the floor and is parallel to, or allows your body to be parallel to your spine, to your and to your legs, and to your feet. It gives a ridiculous pump. It gives a ridiculous contraction, and I highly recommend you guys do that, as I think that is mainly everything. To be honest, I didn't want to rant too much about it. I did want you guys to understand that your body has to be parallel in order to focus on your upper chest, because I think that's the main thing that allows quite a lot of exercises to be a lot more sophisticated. It allows you to kind of focus on the specific muscle group or way of training, but especially for the upper chest, for the clavicular head, you have to um, make sure that your body is parallel to the to the equipment or to the thing that's allowing your body to perform the exercise in general in the first place. So if that's the bench with the Larson press, with the reverse grip bench press, the Smith row machine, of course, then you have to be parallel to that. And with the same thing with the ring push-ups, or the TRX push-ups, ideally the ring push-ups, of course. I said like 5 times already now. Shut up, prick. Um, yeah, you need to be parallel to the floor. So I think that's everything for the 3 reasons why you should train your upper chest, so you can actually destroy the droopy tit effect. Um, that is going to be a quote of mine, the droopy tit effect. Hopefully, it's not offensive to you lot. That wasn't the whole point. I wasn't being offensive to people in general. I just felt like that scenario of when you're looking yourself in the mirror and you see your chest, you're training it 2, 3 times a week. You're cooking, you're fighting for your life, you're breathing heavy, you're sacrificing your nose because it smells like shit because everybody is training hard as fuck as well, and everybody smells like shit. Everybody looks like they're fucking cooked. And I'll get into the reasons why people are cooked and people are sweating and all the downsides of the ways of training, philosophies of ways of training that people go through with this YouTube video, and also with my Instagram channel and with my email list. I'll hopefully today or the next day I'll be able to basically make an email list link for you guys to get the free 15 or I think 15 ways to change your health for the gym. That'll be a very good thing to post Very good thing for you lot to see and for you guys to understand. As you know, these type of lessons I've been going through this video will be obviously in a written form, copywriting form, but it'll be very digestible. You have it on your email. I know emails are old. People think, oh, you're so old for having emails, but trust me, emails are a very good way for you guys to see this type of content. If you don't like my videos, or if you just want to see my emails, or if you want to see both of it, or even with the Instagram as well, all three of those type of social media platforms. And yeah, I think that's everything, to be honest. And I'll be posting more videos like this for your physique and building certain muscle groups, or building your upper body or lower body. Also with the kind of philosophies or things that I believe in, or I've believed in. I've learned from many different fitness people that I follow and um, that I've watched for the last 5 years. And also I'll be posting videos on the health things as well that I've gone through with the intro video. I think you should watch that intro video just to get a better understanding to what's going to be posted on this YouTube channel, as that will allow you guys to have a better kind of understanding what's happening, understanding of what's going to be posted on this YouTube. And yeah, you'll see me on my YouTube. My YouTube I think it'll be called Nathaniel. My Instagram, I think it's, I don't know, Nathan Garcia, something like that. I don't know. I need to double check, but that's not the main thing. I think the main thing for you guys is to understand the lesson that we learned today together, um, with the whole emphasis and the main goal of the upper chest, which is allowing your body to be aligned to the bench and to the floor, um, to make sure that your whole body, your whole fulcrum of your body, allows your body to emphasize all of that pressure, all of that muscle contraction, all of that weight that you have with the dumbbell, with the barbell, with the cable, or with a calisthenic or even body weight, calisthenic exercise. Make sure you emphasize that to your upper chest. Make sure that your arms are aligned to your upper chest, right here, so you can build a proper upper chest, and so you can actually have a very defined chest. Makes you look cooked, makes you look, well, not cooked, makes you look amazing, makes you look cold, makes your chest actually look like the real chest you've always wanted and always dreamed about. No homo. All right, so I think that's everything for today, for today's video, for the first YouTube video. And yeah, I think that's everything, to be honest. See you guys later. Bye. Fucking button in the mud. Bye.